Hello everybody, I'm JC and welcome to Dad Bod with JC. I'm here trying to get healthy, trying to get a little fit, trying to get about a 1 hour workout in every day. I'm about a week into this, so I'll give my weekly update on this sort of thing. Lost a little weight, great. I've been taking measurements too, so lost a little bit on the measurements, especially around here in the middle. That's definitely a good thing. I'm just gonna keep at it day in, day out, and I'm gonna try to keep things going here for me. So today I'm gonna be working on legs. I got 7 leg exercises to rotate through. And if you want to join in and follow along, that's fantastic. And if you just want to sit and watch, do the likes, the follows, the subscribes, whatever works best for you. And I'll get started here. A little bit of noise. The washing machine's usually running in this house, so it's got to happen. All right. First few exercises are going to be using a chair. Let's see. Alright, I'm actually going to split this up. This is kind of the sweet spot for the cameras. This first set of exercises are called up and downs. Basically, I'm going to just stand up and sit down on the chair 10 times. But the idea is I'm going to engage all my leg muscles and sit down slowly, stay there for a quick 2 count, come back up, stay up here for a quick 2 count, come back down. I'm going to do that 10 times. So I'm going to count up and then for 5 and count down for 5. Adjusting the mats to make it nice and easy for my feet. So my floor is a little cold right now. So here we go. So the idea is having that good posture, standing straight up and coming down, nice and slow, sitting down for a quick 2 count, relaxing for a quick second, and at the same time coming back up. So nice and slow back up. That's 1. Got 9 more to go. If you have questions or comments, just pop them on the chat. Be happy to chat with you that way. That's 2. Remember to breathe. That's 3. I'm trying to keep my hands in a neutral position. I don't really want to push off with my hands. This is a leg exercise. So I'm going to keep them out here if I can. I think that's 3. If I do one extra, it's okay. Okay, I went a little too quick on the upswing there. So next time I'll try to get a little slower on the upswing. I believe that's 5. Now I'm going to count down from 5. But 5, counting down back to 1. What we got here? Oh, thank you. I appreciate the comment. 4. 3. Actually, 3 is up. I'm going to count on the upswing. Next time I think I'm going to count on the downswing. It feels more natural for me to spout out the count when I'm sitting than when I'm up. But for this time, I'll finish on the upswing. 2. And 1. All right. So at this point, I'm going to shake it out. I'm going to go through that again. My back's actually feeling a little tight. I usually start these sessions with some stretching. I didn't start with stretching today. I went straight into the legs. Maybe I should have stretched that a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to shake it out here. It felt more natural to start counting in the seated position, so I'm going to start with the seated position this time around. This is really the first time I've done these. I'm just picking these exercises up off the internet. Yesterday was core. Today I'm doing legs. So this is my first run through for probably most of these. So I'm going to start with the seated position. I'm going to do 10, and I'm going to breathe away. Actually, I'm going to take a quick breath here and then keep going. All right, 10 more. Count up, count down, count up to 5, count down from 5. So here we go. That's 1. Yeah, that felt more normal to spat out the number there. It's 2. I'm trying to keep my core engaged on 3. I'm at 3 here. I'm trying to keep my core engaged at the same time. I'm going to try to focus on all these leg muscles that are involved in this up and down business. That's 4. That's 5. All right, that was the count up. Now count down. 5. 4. 3. It's okay to, if while you're in the seated position, if you need to wiggle a little bit, there's a little tightness in here, I'm going to wiggle a little bit. 2. Yeah, you really don't want to be tight with these things. So, like, it's supposed to be a leg workout. My shoulders are tight. Wiggle it out a little bit. 1. And done. All right. I think that was 2 sets of those. Yeah. That was 2 sets of those. Feeling good. My next exercise I'm going to work on is also going to use the chair. It's a seated hamstring stretch. So let's see. Hopefully I can get I'm going to back up a teeny bit, so I can make sure at least a good part of this is on camera. So for this one, I'm going to pick one leg. I'm going to straighten it out. The other leg stays kind of neutral. I'm going to point the toe up. I'm going to push my belly button into this thigh. And I'm going to hold it for a quick 4 count. Just make sure not to create any pain in your knee or your ankle or any of these joints that are involved. It's the first time I'm doing this. I don't really know what to expect, but I'll bring my navel down. As soon as I get down to as low as I can go, I'll start my 4 count. 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'll come back up. Okay, so I'll do that a couple more times on this side before I switch it over to the other. So again, I'm going to try to engage my core, bring my navel into my thigh here. There shouldn't be any pain in any of your joints. Just some stretching in your hamstring. This is called a seated hamstring stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. I'm going to relax my leg. in between, and then I gotta extend my leg again, point it up, point my foot up, I should say. Get on the edge of my seat, take a breath in, bring my navel towards my thigh. Once I'm more or less there, I'll hold it for a 4 count. Again, there shouldn't be any pain in any of your joints, your ankle, your knee, your hip, or anywhere else for that matter. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Yeah, that's stretched down here a bit. All right. Okay. Now I'll switch back over to this other side. And I'll stretch this other side 3 times. All right. So again, with this side, your resting leg will stay in a relatively neutral position. Your extended leg should go straight out from you. Your foot should be pointing fairly straight up, as far up as you're comfortable bringing your toes back. Engage your core a little bit. Try to bring your navel, your belly button, down towards your thigh. Once you get to where you're going here, I'm notoriously bad at this. Like 99% of you could probably bend more than me. Anyways, so I'll do a quick 4 count. We'll come back up. 4, 3, 2, 1. And back up. I'm gonna give it a rest for a few seconds. Then come right back to it. Again, your neutral leg or your resting leg should just be in a regular seated position. Your active leg will be stretched out in front of you, foot pointed up and back towards you as far as you can comfortably bring it. So that helps with the hamstring stretch, which is the goal of this particular exercise. So depending on your preference, you really shouldn't have your knee locked. I don't like having my knee locked for any reason. A little bend in the knee always helps protect it, keeps it active in case of anything. In case I get startled and I rock off to the side or whatnot. I have some motion in here with a knee bent. The knee's a little bit more protected. It's just a more normal position for the knee to be in than a fully locked position. Anyways, so I have a very slight bend in my knee. I always will. At least I hope to. Foot up, core pointing towards my thigh. I'll engage my core as best I can. This isn't exactly a core exercise, but you can definitely, the more you put in your core, the better you're off. I'll try to put a little bit more into my core here too. Coming down, my belly button to my thigh for a 4 count once I get there. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now, as I was coming back down, my chair started sliding out from under me. Definitely didn't want to lose the chair from under me, so that's where I stopped. There's probably a way for me to solve that. I could probably put one of these yoga mats underneath the chair for the next round. I have just one more set right here for this leg. I'll take a quick water break after it. So I'll get started. Resting leg is in a neutral position. Active leg is straight out, foot straight up. Core engaged, pointing towards my thigh, coming down. And once I get to where I want to be, I'll do a 4 count. 4, 3, 2, 1. And nicely back up. Try to engage my core. I have a ton of trouble with my core. Yesterday I did core. I'm going to take a sip of water here. We're going to do that whole set again for the seated hamstring stretch. Yesterday I did core the whole hour, and during the core exercises, I was really, I don't want to say disappointed, but I really wasn't feeling anything. But I went through them. I did them as best as I could. I wasn't really feeling it. I mean, I was really struggling. I mean, there were points where I was feeling it for sure. But then later in the evening, as I like went to the kitchen cabinet to get myself a glass for the water, all of a sudden there's this burn going, like, I guess on this side, and I was like, wow, that must have been the core exercises, because I hadn't felt that kind of burn in a while. So I probably didn't stretch enough after the core exercise. Yeah, as a matter of fact, at the end of the core exercises, I didn't stretch hardly at all. I did one forward fold or something like that. Lesson is even though I didn't think I was doing stuff, I spent a whole hour working on these core exercises, and that stuff's for real. Oh, more water. All right. I'm trying to drink about 3 or 4 of these guys. Forget how much is in here. And I also have little glasses of water too over the course of the day. I should really find out how much is in here. The more water you can drink, the better. As long as, you know, within reason, right? Okay. Coming back to the seated hamstring stretch. I have my little notes over here. That's why I'm looking over here every now and again. Going to come back over to this leg. This leg is my resting leg. My active leg will go straight out. I'm going to have this edge of my seat here. My toes are going to point up. My navel is going to, my core is going to point towards this thigh. And now as I bring my navel towards the thigh, once I get to the position I want to be in, I'll do a quick 4 count. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'll bring myself back up and bring this leg back to rest. Do it all over again. Leg straight, active leg out, toe pointed up, core engaged, belly button to the thigh, bending, bending, bending. More or less, I'm at where I want to be. 4 count. 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up. One more time for this leg. I think I have a chat. I'll do one more time for this leg, and I'll check to see if I got a chat up here. All right. Leg straight out. Toe pointed up. Core turns towards the thigh. Belly button down towards the thigh. Once I get there, I'll do a quick 4 count. 4, 3, 2, 1. And coming back up. All right, I'm going to check. I'm going to switch legs too when I come back. Okay. Anyways, so coming back over to this side. My resting leg will be in a neutral position. I'm going to point my core over back toward my active leg. Put my point my toes up and back as best I can. Again, shouldn't be any pain anywhere on the joints. Now I'm going to push my navel towards my thigh here. Once I get to where I'm going, I'm going to hold 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up. I'm going to do this leg 2 more times, and that'll be done for this round of seated hamstring stretches. Oh my goodness. All right. I don't know why my shoulders are getting a little tight, but they get a little tight. All right. Shake out this leg a teeny bit. Straighten it out. Toes pointing up. Core pointing this direction. Back up. Pressing my navel towards, or belly button towards my thigh. I got to where I'm going to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. All right. I'm going to try this side just one more time. Just one more time. All right. Active leg out, toes pointed up. Core towards the leg. Bring my navel back down to my thigh. 4, 3, 2, 1. And back up. All right. I can't say, I mean, this is really the first time I've done that exercise. I can't say it really did something, but it didn't feel like it was doing something while I was doing the exercise. But I can tell you this, my hamstrings do feel a little looser now. Go figure. So I guess in the end, it did what it was supposed to do, even though I didn't really feel it while I was doing the exercise. At least that's the sense I get right now. All right. I'm going to take a quick sip of water and then move on to the next exercise. The next one's a calf stretch with the using the chair as a little helper tool. All right, so I'm going to be behind this chair, and I'm going to raise my calves a little bit. I'm going to put a mat underneath me because my floor is cold right now. I don't want to deal with a cold floor. I think for this leg stretch, I would have preferred, had like floor not being cold, I would have preferred the hard floor. But I don't want cold feet. All right, for this guy, I'm just going to stretch my calves. So I'm just going to use the chair as a little handhold so I don't fall off to the left or right, back, forward or backwards. I want to stay more or less centered. Again, left, right, forward, back. I'm going to try using my fingertips here based on the shape of this chair. And so here you go. I'm going to raise my calves. Going to do this 10 times. So 5 up, 5 down. It's nice and slow. Let's see. When I get back down, I'll count it out. So that's 1. Up. Down for 2. Up. Down for 3. Up. Down for 4. Up. Down for 5. Up. Down for 6. Up. Down for 7. Up. Down for 8. I feel like I'm in the military for some reason. Up. Down for 9. I can really feel it in my calves right now. Up. Down for 10. All right. I'm going to shake them out. Oh my goodness. I'm going to need to shake it out a little bit. I really felt it towards the end. I'm going to be doing that 2 more times here. I got to shake these guys out. The next set, I would stretch them out, but the next set of exercises is the calf stretch. So this one, I don't want to do a calf stretch so much. Just shake these things out because that's helpful too. All right. Next set of 10. I think I hunched over a teeny bit on this guy. So I'll try to stand up a little straighter. That's just gonna put more weight and pressure on my calves. Um, get a little bit more of a burn on my calves too. So the idea is you want your feet to be more or less straight out. Whatever it is that's going to keep you from hurting your joints, that's what you want to do. But from what I've read, feet pointing straight forward is the way you're supposed to go. So here we go. I don't know if I want to do that military thing. I want to do something less like that. I was never in the military, so I don't want to co-opt someone else's thing. All right, so I'll call it raise. I've played poker. Raise, down for 1. I like this one better. Raise, down for 2. My raise is a little quick. I'm going to slow down the raise. Raise, down for 3. Yeah, the raise is working for me. Raise, down for 4. We all deserve a raise, don't we? Raise, down for 5. You can raise your hands. That's something. That's a nice little variation. It feels like I'm gonna be able. I don't really need a chair. I don't feel like I need a chair. My feet are providing all the stability I really need. So if you don't need the chair, don't use the chair on this one. I think I can engage my core better if I have my hands out. This feels like it's going to engage my core, especially if I, think about it. So I think I'm at 6. So let me raise for 6. Oh, this is more challenging. This is definitely more challenging. I'm going to go for 7 here. Raise for 7 and down. Oh, way more challenging. I was using the chair as a crutch. I might have to use the chair for the next round. Raise for 8. I had to come back down quick. I lost control up there. Raise for 9 and back down. Raise for 10. I can totally feel it this time. Yeah, I'm back down at 10. I'm gonna shake these things out, calves. I'm gonna use the chair again next round. It was definitely more challenging. I was able to engage my core better with my arms out here, but I'm still starting out on this stuff. I guess a few weeks down the road I'll do the look ma no hands thing, but I'm gonna use the chair next round. Last round. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to stretch them out a teeny bit. I'm feeling the burn right here, just standing here. I'm feeling a good burn. Oh my. So I don't know if I've already mentioned this. I haven't mentioned it today, but in past videos I might have mentioned it. A few years back, I guess 3 or 4 years ago now, I went to the track. I was doing some sprinting work. I like to sprint. And my calf pulled. I didn't know what it was. This is the first time it had ever happened to me. I heard like a physical pop of some sort. I believe it was this calf. Might have been this calf. In any case, I pulled up like a wounded animal like this. I was like, oh my goodness, what happened here? And I went to the doctor a day or 2 later whenever they could see me. And he did his little thing and he said, yeah, you pulled a muscle there. And I was like, just pull and yeah, it'll be back in 4 to 6 weeks or whatever. Maybe it was longer, maybe it was shorter, but 4 to 6 weeks, and it took a while, but I did get better without any further medical treatment. But I don't want to go back to that. Pulling a calf muscle was not fun. All right, I think they're loose enough to do one more round. So this is where I'm gonna go. One more round. Using the chair here, just my fingertips was enough to help my calves out to be able to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna do 10 more. So raise, down for 1, raise, down for 2, and try to get my shoulders square, straight, loose, some kind of neutral position. I tend to hunch my shoulders a bit, so I'm going to kick them back a little bit, raise, I'll call it 3, I don't really know if I'm at 3 yet, but I'll call it 3, raise for 4, raise for 5, raise for 6, raise for 7, raise, hold, down for 8, raise, hold, down for 9. I should have been holding an extra beat at the top. It makes a difference. There's much more burn when I hold for a second up top. Raise, hold. I'm going to hold for 3 seconds this time to make up for some of the holds I missed in the earlier ones. I'm going to hold it for a little longer. I was supposed to hold up there. I wasn't, but... And back down. That finishes this round of calf stretches. I gain a little bit of respect for that. It blows my mind that it makes quite a bit of difference doing the calf stretches with just my 3 fingers holding this chair in place versus having my hands out here, engaging my core and really just blasting my calves. It was a big difference. Like I said, a few weeks, a few months down the road, I'll probably be able to blast away, but not week. I guess I'm on week 2 here. I'm just gonna count the days. I'm around day 7 or whatnot in this, and not ready for the blasting of the calves yet. All right, for the next set of leg exercises, I don't think I need a chair. Yeah, there's no mention in my notes of a chair. So I'll take a quick sip of water, move on to the next set. Next one is called straight leg raises. Okay, straight leg raises. All right. I probably should have done 1 or 2 of each of these before I got started, but here we are. Oh, okay, this one's easy enough. I'm laying on my back. Both my legs are going to be straight out more or less. Then one of my legs is going to go up. I'm going to raise it up to 45 degrees. Hold it for 3 and come back down. And now I'm going to do that. I'm going to do an 8 count of that. So 8 for one leg, 8 for the other leg, and rinse and repeat 3 times on each. 3 times through that sequence. All right. For this sort of thing, I think I want to be pointing more or less in this direction. So I'll kick this one mat out of the way a little bit. I'll angle this mat this way. And I'll start with this leg, 45 degrees. Hold. Again, that's hold for hold for an 8 count at 45 degrees, and then back down. All right. Shouldn't be too bad. I'll just give it a go. All right. Here we go. So both legs are straight out. And this one leg goes up 45 degrees. If I want to stretch my calves a little bit, I'll point my toe back towards me, and we hold it for 8 here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. So here I'm finding it easy to engage my core today with this particular exercise. So I'll bring my toe up to the 45 degrees. I'll engage my core and bring my toe, I guess towards my face, just my toe. So up 45 degrees, bring my toe back towards me, and I'll count it out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Yeah, that definitely helps stretch these guys a little bit. In between these little sets, I'm gonna use my thumbs to just rub my calves a little bit. That calf thing, and my calves are always tight, so that calf thing stretches, exercise, calf lift, whatever it was. I felt it today. All right, enough breathing, enough poking at my calves here. Coming back down, doing this again. So both legs straight out, one leg up 45 degrees, toe coming back towards this way, engaging my core, holding for an 8 count. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Again, I'm ready for the other side. So bringing it up 45 degrees. I hope that's 45 degrees. Looks about right. Bring my toes back out towards my chest. My calf should help stretch my calf a little bit. Let's see. Engage my core and hold for an 8 count. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it for this round. I'm going to come back for a few seconds, back up for a few seconds. Again, I'll use my thumbs to poke into my calves a little bit, see if I can loosen them up while I catch my breath a tiny bit. Again, like I mentioned before, I'm about a week into this, and I don't want to spout out numbers, but I have lost some. Yeah, I measured. I'm going to measure once a week. Anything more feels, it feels like it'd be too much. And there's going to be setbacks too. There's going to be times where the measurements don't quite go the way I want them to go. My gain, maybe my measurement is off, because I'm measuring in like 20 or 30 different places. I'm measuring around my head, my neck, like 4 or 5 different places up and down torso, measuring up and down my arm and hand, and measuring up and down my leg. So I'm keeping track of what's doing what for the most part. And most of the measurements are either staying steady or going down. A couple ones that are going up. The leg right up here, leg was going out a little bit. I guess that's muscle gain. Also in the bicep. I mean, for me, that's great news. There's some gain. I forget the actual number, but I remember there's gain there. Everywhere else, it was either steady or measurement loss, which is, that's what I want. In general, I want measurement loss everywhere. But I guess if nothing else, if my biceps are growing and my leg muscles are growing, that could be a good thing. All right, one more round of this leg stretches. So yeah, 7 days of exercising. Who knew? I hadn't really been exercising regularly before, so it's no minor. It's not rocket science. It's pretty straightforward. Okay. All right, legs straight out. One of your legs comes up 45 degrees. The toe, you want to bring it back down towards your belly, kind of, as much as you can. Stretch the calf out. Engage the core as best you can. And then hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back down. And now I'm going to go straight to the other side. Leg up 45 degrees. Toe comes back towards my belly, let's say, as best as I can. Core engaged as best as I can. Counting down from 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that's enough of that. Let me look at my notes. That was the straight leg raises that really act great to stretching my calves, engaging core a little bit. I do feel it right through my thighs a bit. That's strange that it would be in my thigh, but I mean, that's the muscle that I was working to get my leg up. So I guess that would make sense. I just wasn't expecting the feels. I got the feels right here in my thighs. So here we go. Next set is going to be hamstring curls. Okay, so for my hamstring curls, I'm going to be lying on my belly. Let me straighten this mat out. I like this mat. I'm going to be bringing my heel as close as I can to my butt. Nice and slow. 12 times. Once I get to my butt, or as close as I can, I'm going to hold for a 2 count, and then I'll reverse it. So then switch legs. So each leg I'll do 12 times, and we'll go from there. I might repeat that exercise, the set of this. I might not. Feels like this is going to take a long time, but we'll see. Actually, with a 2 count hold, it might not take too long. So, all right. Again, this is the first time I'm doing this, so if I'm doing something wrong that you notice off the top of your head, throw it in the chat, throw it in the comments. If you got questions or concerns or whatever, throw it in the chat, throw it in the comments. Like, follow, subscribe, whatever it is that works best for you. Loving it. And I'll get down on my belly. All right. Gotta move the mat a little bit, get in the right spot for me. So I'm here in my belly. I think I'm supposed to be a little lower, but I do want to talk in that direction. So I'm going to stay up here, see how this works for me. If it doesn't work, I'll lower myself even more. But so the idea here is I'm stretching out my legs, and then one leg at a time, I'm going to curl and try to get my heel to hit my butt. I did that nice and slow. I think that's as far as it's going to go, so I'll hold it for a 2 count. 1, 2. And back out. I'm being careful here because I'm running out of space. I don't want to accidentally kick the door and hurt my toe. So I'm going to do this 12 times. So that was 1. Let me grab the name of this thing real quick. Hamstring curls. These are hamstring curls. I guess if you wanted to add a little, they have these ankle weights. I have them somewhere in the house. So at some point in time, if this becomes too easy, you can add an ankle weight. I wouldn't add too much, like a pound or 2. But for the moment, as I'm getting started, no weights is the way to go. Here's 2. It's about as far as it's going to go towards my butt. I'll hold for a 2 count. It's been 2 already. So I'll come back down. This is fairly relaxing at the same time for the rest of my body. and at the same time I can feel some activity back there. So I'm going to start on my third hamstring curl, bringing my heel towards my butt, hold for 2, 1, and back down, just 3, back up, hold for 2 count, 2, 1, let's call that 5. I might have missed one there, but that's okay. You know, this is a perfect one for my clicker. I have a little clicker. My hands are free. I can use my clicker to keep a nice solid count. I'll do that before I go to my next leg. I hate this counting because it's always like up to 5 or 10. So, anyways. There's my butt. 5. No, just 2 counts. So that's 2. Coming back down. That was number 5. When I get down, I can feel some stuff going on in my back with my back muscles. So when I get back down, I'm gonna see if I can relax my back a little bit. Yeah, I'll do a little shoulder wiggle because I can definitely feel something in my lower back here. Definitely a little bit on my hamstrings as well. And coming back, pressing my heel towards my butt. That's for 6, and it's been a 2 count. So coming back down. And back up. Pressing into my butt. 2, 1. Let's call that 7. I can't see anything back there, right? So I'm struggling. I'm trying to picture what's going back there, and I can't. I guess I should look at the camera. Oh yeah, the camera's great for that. Yeah, that's my foot. Yeah, I'll be looking at the camera. 8. Tap. I'm going to tap for my 2 count. I guess that should be 2 taps. 9. 10. Yeah, I like the taps because it doesn't interrupt my count because I was going 2, 1. And it was throwing off my count because my count's going in a different direction. I'm going up to 12. 11. Or instead of tapping my hand, I can just do tap, tap. I'm at my butt, so tap, tap, and back down. That was 12. So I'm going to continue on with the hamstring curls on the other side. So changing off to the other leg, curling back up. Oh, this one has a different feel. My legs are a little different apparently. Whoa, that's a different feel. I wonder why it's so different. Anyways, ow, ooh, ow, 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 ow. My hamstring is super tight. Okay, that one had a really different feel. I might not be doing this as vigorously as on this side as vigorously as I did on this other side. It wasn't hurting the joint. If my joints were hurting, I might just stop right there. That was the muscle. That was definitely the hamstring. It was right in the middle, and it's just a little tight. So I'm gonna stretch something out here. I'm gonna use my toes or whatever to stretch something out. So here's my second one. Hopefully it won't be quite as tight as the first time around. Okay, I didn't call out the 2 taps there. That's number 2. I'll try to call out the taps this time around. I was just trying to make sure thing didn't seize on me and like, you know, something weird happened back there. So, I'm holding it. Yeah, the hold is what's hurt me here. When I try to hold it for a 2 count, something happens back there. The hamstring tightens, or 3. I'm not gonna do this one as the way I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to close in my hamstring and hold it for a 2 count. I don't think there's something up. It's too tight back there. So I'm just gonna go as best I can. Yeah, I'll probably just do a little less. Tap, tap, and back down. I had to modify the exercise. My hamstring's just too tight. So when I'm back down, I'm gonna call it 5. I'm not sure if that's the right number, but I'm really struggling with this one. I'm stretching out this hamstring as best I can here, my calf and my hamstring and my toe. And I'm gonna go up again. Let's see if that helped at all. All right. Okay, this side's bad. So I'll call that 6. I'm not sure if that was really 6, but more stretching needs to happen on this side. I didn't start these exercises. I usually start by stretching my calves, stretching my hamstrings out a little bit. At the very beginning, when I introduced myself as Dad Bod with JC and I'm JC, I'm kind of regretting that right now. I mean, if I did stretch a little bit, it was very little, and it wasn't enough. So that's 7. That's 8. I really did not expect this one, of all the things on my list, this one to be challenging. Wow. My other side was okay. 9. And luckily it's it's all in the muscle. I can feel it's all in the muscle. Because it's definitely in the muscle. This is number 10 for me. I'm going to call it 10, whether it is or not. Back up for 11. Yeah, if you need to modify anything for yourself or just take a little break, you do it. If you need to lower the number of count for yourself for anything that you do, you do it. You don't want to pull a muscle. You don't want to hurt so bad that you're never going to do this again. The thought that's coming through my brain right now. Oh my goodness, that's 12. I was planning on doing this a few more times actually, for each side. Instead of doing it, I'm gonna stretch my hamstrings now. Let me see what the next exercise was. The next exercise might be a hamstring stretch. All right. Not exactly. So I'm going to throw in a hamstring stretch right now. Little impromptu thing. I'm just kicking. This will stretch my calves. Give me some good feels in my hamstrings here. And this side I didn't have that much trouble with. Falling over. Okay. I'm glad I have a couch here and the wall here. It should prevent me from doing one of these face plant deals. I'm just stretching out my calves here. My calf, if I can, my hamstrings. Tighten my core a little bit. Most of the action is happening on my back leg. My front leg, I can feel a little bit on my quad. My quad's in good shape. My calf's in good shape. This hamstring's a little too tight. So now I'm gonna gently ease up and see if I can stretch the problem area back here. It's this hamstring that's causing me some problems here. So this stretches my calf a little bit better. I'm just kicking my leg straight back. So my foot's at an angle. It's pressing my calf to stretch. What I can do, I do feel the stretch in my hamstring a little bit as well. And if I lean forward, depending on where you're leaning, there's more, I can feel it more on my hamstring, which is what I'm trying to get at here. I'm going to get down on the floor and do kind of a figure four thing with my legs to stretch out my hamstrings there too. That's probably a better stretch. I wanted to do something that was a minor, that only had the hamstring as a minor stretch, just to see where I was at, in case there was some real issue with the hamstring. Feels okay there. So here I'm gonna, this wasn't part of my little routine schedule, but I gotta take care of this hamstring. So you'll want to improvise too. If something's bothering you, you'll want to stop, stretch, and then continue on whatever little plans you might have. All right, so this is the bad guy, bad hamstring. Rotate my core towards my leg, press my core down, and feel a little stretch in my hamstring. Okay, this is feeling fine. All right. The next exercise is a bit of a stretching exercise also for the legs. So after I stretch my hamstrings here a couple times each side, I'll continue on with a regularly scheduled exercise. Wow, I'm almost out of time. All right, my hamstrings are feeling fine. Oh my goodness, this feels good though. All right, I do want to do this last pre-planned exercise before I sign off. Knee rolls. So for this, I'm gonna have I'm gonna lie on my back, have my knees kind of bent, like regular knee bends. You'll see. And then my knees are gonna flop to one side. My head's gonna flop to the other side. I'll hold it for a 6 count, and I'll just do it 2 times each side, maybe 3 times each side. That should do it. All right, so getting back down, I'm going to be on my back. See if I can put myself in a place where you can see me better. So my knees have a normal bend. So when my knees go this side, my head's going to roll over to the other side. The idea is to stack your knees, stack your ankles, and then your head rolls the opposite direction. I'm going to hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come back up to neutral position from both your head perspective and your knee perspective. All right, so now I'm going to do the other side. So my knees, my ankles are stacked. They're going to fall off this way. My head's going to fall off that way, in the opposite direction. Gives me a nice spinal twist here. At the same time, I'm going to try to engage my core. I have a ton of difficulty with my core, so I think it's engaged right now, but it's just, I don't have the feels for it. It's been about a 6 count here. Just 2 more counts and then I'll come back up to neutral. And come back up to neutral. I'm going to do that sequence one more time. So knees and ankles stack that way. My head falls over this way. Slowly. Get a nice spinal twist here. Holding for a full 6 count, about halfway there. 2, 1. And slowly come back up to neutral. All right. Now my knees are going to go this way, my head's going to go that way. For a nice spinal twist again. Trying to engage my core. Holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up to neutral. And let me hug my knees a little bit. I'm pretty much done. Wow, did you hear both my knees click? I think the mic probably picked it up. Because it wasn't one click, it wasn't two. I think both knees did 3 clicks. It didn't feel it a whole lot, but I sure heard it. So hopefully you heard it too. I don't know where that was from. In any case, since I'm on my back here, I think one of those, like, what's that? The baby thing. There's some yoga where you're rolling on your back like a baby. It's feeling right for me right now, so I'm going to do that. That'll be my stretch, and then I'll sign off. Again, I'm JC. Thank you for stopping by with Dad Bod with JC. I'll do my baby things and say goodbye. If you're following along and you need to do more stretching, go ahead and stretch. I need to do some more stretching, so even after I sign off, I'll be doing a little bit more stretching. I'm going to keep these to about an hour, but yeah, stretching is a good thing. Thanks for joining. Thanks for following along. Remember to like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and see you next time tomorrow.